About a month ago when the game first came out, I made a video about whether or not stats are capped inside hidden tiers. Upon further testing, I concluded that each point in a stat actually makes a difference, even if it's relatively minor. However, there is one stat that can technically be separated into tiers, not with hard caps, but instead by how it works in general. I'm talking of course about strength, the stat which controls how easily you can knock people over and how hard it is to get knocked over. In this video, I will be going over the strength tiers and how you can use it to effectively build your team. Let's go over the basics one more time in case you haven't learned yet. If you hit someone with a regular tackle, you can knock over opponents with up to 4 strength above you. Daisy with 13 strength can regular tackle Bowser with 17 strength. If you do a charge tackle, this increases to 8 points above, so a Peach with 9 strength can charge tackle Bowser with 17 strength, but she cannot regular tackle Bowser. If the difference is greater than 8, you must do a perfect tackle or a fully charged tackle to knock over the opponent. This reduces your strength capability to 2 questions: which characters can I knock over, and which characters can knock me over, thus bringing to light our first and most important strength breakpoint, 17. 17 is the absolute minimum you should have on a dedicated defensive player like Waluigi or Bowser. 17 has the ability to hit all the way up to a maximum strength of 25. So you will not be left bumping uglies with a fat Wario. 17 is also an important breakpoint because it's also the maximum you should invest until you go full tank mode. In my opinion, you should avoid all strength points between 17 and 23, because anything in this range doesn't give you an advantage on defense, but it also isn't strong enough to be full tank on offense. So unless you plan on going all the way invested, don't put any points into strength that aren't necessary. Now that we've covered the upper tier, let's talk about the lower as well. Anything lower than 9 should be treated like its own category of strength, because the vast majority of strong character builds of Bowser, Waluigi, Wario, and DK are going to be at least 17 strength. So if you are running a character with less than 9 strength, don't even bother trying to tackle those strong characters in a match. You should either switch up coverage or go for a perfect tackle, otherwise you'll be wasting your time trying to defend them. And now we have the middle tier, which can get a little wonky. Usually anyone between 9 and 17 just has leftover points in strength that they're not really focusing on. Rosalina and Shy Guy are good examples of this, because they both have strength built into their kit, and typical gear builds don't lower it too much. It's not bad to have strength in this range, as it will allow you to hit those defensive character builds easier, but you can still focus on other stats. I've also had success in purposefully getting to this range with characters that would otherwise be too weak, such as a 10 strength Toad or a 12 strength Peach. This way they can still be a threat on defense while also having their signature speed and passing intact. There are some other breakpoints you should know about that affect your gameplay, but in general you will get a hang of these as you play. Any character that is a known meta build or that you can see doesn't have a lot of strength, you can just tackle normally. Good examples are Mario, Peach, Toad, Luigi, and Yoshi. If you see any of these on the other team, don't even worry about their strength, you're probably going to knock them over. Any character with less than 5 strength, you might as well full charge every time out of safety unless you know the strength of your opponent. 15 strength is also a good breakpoint if you can't get to 17, because it lets you hit 23 strength Daisy. 10 strength is a good target because it specifically targets speed Bowser, which is the most common build. 12 strength will let you hit basically every defensive build of a character because Waluigi rarely goes above 20. By now you should get the big picture. When you build a character and look at the strength, ask yourself who can knock them over and who can you knock over. I recommend running at least 2 characters with 17 or more strength, just to be sure you don't get walled by anti-meta tank teams. And it's also good to have for applying pressure. If you run a character with very low strength, that's okay, so long as you understand their limitations. Yesterday I ran a Yoshi with 4 strength and made it work. It's not a necessary stat so long as they are properly supported. That's all I have about the strength tiers. Hopefully it helps with your team building in the future. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.